This is another amazing Friday. I miss you all so much. Hope you guys also miss me too much because I have a lot for you guys today. This is Radio Oriole Online. My name is Nima, and the director of this program is Mr. Jack, and my technician today is Mr. Avetom. I have a lot for you guys today, but before I go into that, and I also have an amazing guest with me, but before I introduce my guest, I'm coming back. Okay, so as I said earlier, I told you that I have an amazing guest with me. He's a man and he's going to enlighten us a lot today. Mr. Jamal, please introduce yourself to our guest.
Good evening, listeners at home. I am Akintayo Abdulsalam.
Thank you very much, Akintayo Abdulsalam. Today we are going to be going into a lot of things. The topic for today is, are we betrayed by the education system in Africa? In the sense that there's a lot of argument on this. We feel that we are betrayed in this educational system in Africa because what they've told us, the mentality that they've given us is that after going to school, we are going to become successful. We are going to become someone professional in life. And the way things are going now, we will only go to school, and after everything, we will end up jobless. Why are we jobless? After telling us that we have to go to school to become someone successful in life, then what is the essence of us going to school when we are going to end up becoming jobless? And people that didn't even go to school, that they are going into and work, that they are following their talent, they are even eating, they have a job. But for us that we went to school, we end up becoming jobless, becoming useless. Why is that? Why is it happening like that? Because me, I felt like, what is the essence of going to school when I can actually just go into something else? Maybe I should stop wasting my time in school, my effort, my money, then just go follow my dreams and something I know that I can actually work on, that can benefit me in the future. Because even later in the future, people that didn't see job, they will end up in square one. That is when they will start learning work so that they will be able to see something to eat, to feed themselves. Why is this happening like that? What is the essence of education?
Thanks for having me here once again. I am Akintayo Abdulsalam. I like the question you just asked me now. You said, are we betrayed
by the education system?
By education system or not?
Yes.
But what you just said now is somehow, let me call it a question to be answered with direct answer. Now, let me firstly give you the definition of education. Education simply means the act of impacting knowledge, skill into someone. That means when you are impacting knowledge into someone, that means you are giving that person education. So that means you are giving that person way of life. How do maybe that person, how will he live his life or her life in the future? Yeah, you now said either we are betrayed or not. But for me, we are not betrayed. We are not what? We are not betrayed by giving us education. Education in Africa, before, all African countries were under the tutelage of white. Yes. Let's say all Africans, we were all colonized by whites because they know that even then they think we were not human beings. There is a country, they call them apes. That's what they call them in that country before. That's because they don't think us human being. That's why they give us that name. But education, why I say that they are not, I mean, we are not betrayed by what they give us. Is that, you know, we have two type of education. We have two way of acquiring education. One, we have formal and we have informal. Are you with me?
Yes.
We have formal education and we have informal. That formal is the one that's been acquired in four corner of what? Classroom setting. That is formal setting of education. The other one is what? The one that is being what? Acquired outside the classroom. Like those that will go for different skills, tailoring,
Engineers,
roadside
technical
mechanics,
engineer,
and
yeah.
so on. So those are the what? Those are the formal education. You know, education has maybe given us more enlightenment, because without that education we would have been missing many things. Let me give you for instance, in Nigeria, you know, we have a nationalist. We have something called as nationalism in government. So you know, nationalists are those people that fought for the what? For the independence of what? Of a given country. Like like of Nnamdi Azikiwe, about Macaulay and co. Those are the people. You know, when whites, when they came to Nigeria, under the first British ruler there, uh, Lord Lugard, then they were they didn't allow Nigeria to have say, to have anything to do, because all what Nigeria had then, they were all those whites, they are in charge of everything in Nigeria then, because they didn't give them any opportunity. And as time goes on, as time what goes on, they started taking, allowing those Nigerians, those nationalists in Nigeria, they started taking them to their country. They start what? Taking them to their country to learn. To learn. You know, I didn't mean that they didn't allow those nationalists to go to their country to learn there. Nigeria wouldn't have maybe had the sense of fighting for independence. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So it's the education that those nationalists acquired then in Britain that made them to say, okay, so these people are just, these whites are just maltreating us. Okay, now that we have learned, so we need to what? We need to go back to our country and fight for our rights.
Well, you are right. I go with what you said.
Yeah.
But another thing is that then we are going to school to acquire knowledge, then why is it that after acquiring knowledge, what is the use of acquiring that knowledge? What do we want to use that knowledge for? It is because we want to use it in the future so that we can help others, so that we can use it to become someone great in the future. But now, most especially in Africa, we are going to school,
Yeah.
to become someone in life. Then we end up being jobless. That means the educational system in Africa is bad, in the sense that the education system is poor. You are going to school just to learn the theory part. Why? What about the practical aspects? A lot of employers, as I read today, a lot of employers said the employees, the people that they are employing rather,
Yeah.
they don't have these skills that they need from the youth, people that they want to employ. They don't have the skills, and they went to school, they have their degree, they have masters, they have PhD, but why is it that they are graduates and still they don't have skills? The education system, we need to add practical aspect to it. As the president of Nigeria said recently about this ongoing strike in I think Abeokuta or so, I can't really say. The president said during this strike, it is time for our youth to rest their brain and go into and learn some skills. Yes, that is what he said. And learn some skills. Even a president, for him to say that, he knows that skills is very, very important. So in education system, some of us believe that if we are going to school, we don't need to add anything practical to it. We don't need to add any skills to it. But I think education is incomplete without practical. It is incomplete without practical. So we need to be adding some practical aspect to it in schools. And even some schools are very, very poor. They don't have qualified teachers. No good environment. It is even implicating some students because of the bad environment, some gangs around the area. That is happening a lot in Africa. And it is not allowing students to have interest in school anymore. And to me, I would say, if you know that you are not capable of learning, it is not a must for you to go to school. Well, school is good just to know how to express yourself in the community, because without going to school you won't be able to express yourself in the community with your others. You feel like you feel left behind, because they can express themselves in English, but you can only express yourself in native language because you don't go to school. But now, even without going to school, if you have a sharp brain, you can actually understand any official language, either French or English. So I don't think it's a must for you to be going to school before you become someone great in life, before you do this, you do that. Even people that didn't go to school at all, that are working by the roadside, hairstylist, whatever at all, they are becoming someone great in life. To me, I feel like it's not a must for them to go to school.
Thank you. I've heard you. You know what? Let me take it from what you said, that why is it that people are going to school and after all what they might have gone through in school, they won't secure any job, any white collar job.
Exactly.
You know, education, when I give you the definition for education at initial, I said education is the act of what? Act of imparting knowledge or skills. Do you get that? So going to school, having your NC, your HND, masters, PhD, or all those things doesn't mean that you should wait until you see white collar job before you can work. Do you get it?
Yes.
So don't base all your life on your education or your certificate. You know, there is a quote from one of my best author, William Shakespeare. He said, and I quote, that you don't fight a battle if you don't gain anything by winning. You don't fight a battle if you don't gain anything by winning. That means if you want to go for something, make sure what you are going for is going to be useful for you in the future. And you know, now you said there's no qualified teacher, there's no other thing. You know, there is a say in there's one literary device, octobre. That means act of placing side by side two contradicting what ideas. He said, I want to use that oxymoron to give you one figure of speech, which says an educated illiterate. Do you know what that means? If someone is called educated illiterate, that means that person has what we call all the qualification, NC, HND, degree, everything. That person has everything, but that person has no brain. because you must know how to utilize your brain. Aside from going to school, you must use your brain, because government doesn't promise you that when you finish school, so come to me for job. No, 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 no. No government has promised anybody that one, that after you have finished your school, yeah, come bring your certificate and come and secure job here. No, we were given this brain. We were given different talents by the Almighty God. We were given different talents, that this what you can use your brain to get money without going to school. So saying that we were betrayed by education, no, 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 we were not betrayed by education. We were not betrayed. We were just, education is something we acquire that drive us from darkness into light. So education is meant to enlighten us, expose our eyes, expose our mind, expose our brain that this is how life is. So saying that then government don't provide something, we cannot blame government. Theirs is to provide educational materials, qualified teachers, and readiness of their students. You know, when students are ready to learn, so the learning will be very, very effective. So the teacher or the lecturer will be very happy to give them what is expected of him or her. You get that? So saying that we were not betrayed by education. We were educated to enlighten, to be enlightened, to be enlightened. So that is it.
Well, I also have something again. There are lots of people in school right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are very intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
very, very smart,
Mm-hmm.
very, very brilliant.
Mm.
That means they have high skills,
Everything.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, the only problem they are facing is their tongue. They can't actually speak this official language we are speaking, like English or French. They can't speak it, but when it comes to practical aspects, theory aspects, they can do anything, but they can't actually express themselves. Why is it that they can't actually secure job later in the future? Because these people, they are good, they are very smart physically, mentally, and everywhere else. It's just that they can't express themselves. I think they should also, it is not their fault. They went to school, they are educated, they go through every step that they are supposed to, but they can't actually express themselves. There are lots of people like that. I know someone like that, and why is it that they can't actually get a job in the future? They should actually have opportunities too. Companies supposed to be employing those people too, because they are the ones they need. Every company, they need people that are skilled, that have high skills. It is not a must for you to be able to speak French, communicate with people that much before you can be able to secure a job for yourself. So I think these people too, they should be able to have opportunities some places.
Thank you for that once again. That is why I said there are some people that are called educated illiterate. Once you know that you have the intelligence, full intelligence, but the only thing you don't have is you cannot express yourself. But when it comes to what? Written, you are very good at that. So you can utilize this yourself without seeking for job from anybody. You can use it. There are some novels we read that are written. That are written by science students. Even some are written by commercial students. So it doesn't mean that I just went to school, no job. You can find yourself a job. I said we were all endowed by what? By a certain talent. So don't waste your talent. If you know that you are not, you can express yourself fluently, but you can still do it by penning it down. Pen it down. Go to schools. Start writing novels. Short stories like 1,005 line. Words. Be selling it. Be using it. So as time goes on, they will who wrote this novel? Who's the author? Who composed this poem? Who's the poet? They will start looking for you. So don't just sit down at home and be saying that I went to school, no job, I'm just sleeping at. Well, no, you are just wasting your time. You are just wasting your time because government doesn't promise you that after the school come for job. You go to school to acquire knowledge. That is what they say. Go to school and acquire knowledge. And after that, don't just say that I've gone to school, so what next now? Find yourself something to do. Don't be jobless. Don't put all your life on your certificate. It's wrong. That if I cannot use this certificate to secure job, I will just be living my life. That's how you start living your life till eternity. That is it. Use what you have to get what you don't have. Use your brain. There are some things you can do even without certificate that you also be better than those that went to school. That is it. And after you have gone to school, you have finished everything, you have your certificate with you, and you are still expecting government or one organization to call you that I'm looking for a job. That's rubbish. Use what you have and get money.
Okay, another problem is that nowadays a lot of youths are out there jobless. And the reason, what I felt could be the reason, is that the education system now is too fast, especially in Nigeria, in the sense that a 15-year-old young youth is out of secondary school, and you expect this 15-year-old youth to go to the university and finish at the age of 17 or 18 and start looking for a job. Someone that is not matured enough to go and be looking for a job or to be working. And there are a lot of people that have surpassed this age, maybe 29, or like they've not seen job. That is why there is large number of youth without job in Nigeria, especially because young people are too much. The education system is too fast in Nigeria. Some people in Nigeria exams, some people don't even write the exams by themselves. They will just pay someone to go and write the exam for them. Sometimes they will just do the exam somehow and they will just give it to you. You just say that you have a parallel. The education is not actually strong. It is not the way it's supposed to be, like the European side. So I feel like this education system, what I'm saying is not, I'm not saying that the education is not good, but the education system, it is not good. The way they are putting the education system in Africa, it is not organized. It is not professional. It is not aligned the way it's supposed to be. It is not the way the whites gave it to us. We are already misusing it. We've already turned it around the way we are supposed to be going, for it. So I think we need to change the education system, including practical aspects, which means in a school you need to have a practical aspect in a school, not until you get to universities before going into practical aspect. Because in university, if you are a nurse, they will actually just transfer you to a hospital so that you'll be doing this nursing practical small. But when you've already acquired those knowledge from secondary school, it will be easier for you to get a job. Because if you want to get a job anywhere in the world, they will want to test your skills. are you experienced? No matter where you are, they will never want to employ someone that is unexperienced, because they need someone that is professional, someone that can handle their job very well, and that is only someone that is experienced in that line. So in education system in Africa, we need to prepare ourselves very well, because there is no job opportunity anywhere. The job opportunity are limited, they are so small. So we need to help ourselves. The government supposed to help us, the schools are supposed to help us, and we need to help ourselves. If you see that the government or the schools don't provide a practical aspect for us, you going to school, if you come back from school, just tell your parents that I think I want to go into mechanical aspect, so just they will take you to a roadside mechanic just to learn. But some people, they are too pompous. They feel like they can't go to a roadside to learn mechanic because they are university students or they are in secondary school. They can't be mingling themselves with people that didn't go to school. They look down on people that didn't go to school. They will say that they are illiterate. But those people too, where they are also acquiring knowledge. Everywhere that you see that someone is learning something, they are also acquiring knowledge that will help them in the future. We all need ourselves. People that went to school, later in the future, when they don't see job, they will now go back to square one to start learning skills, to start learning this, to start learning that, just to help themselves. Something that they are supposed to do right from the start to help themselves with. But no, they are not doing that, because they feel too pompous. They feel like school is everything. Yeah. School is all. After school, there is nothing again. So you can't engage yourself in any and work or anything, which is actually bad in Africa. In European side, most of them at the age of 18, 19, 20, they have things that they are doing already. They have their own job. Not that government gave them those jobs, because they've been preparing for it right from their young age.
That is what I say, that every one of us is what's talented. We have our own talent. So
but we need to be encouraged. Some people, we have the talent, but they also need to be encouraging us to use the talent, not forcing us into knowing that school is everything. We need to remove that mentality from our head that school is not everything. We don't have to base our life on schools. Like, I have to go to school to do this. School will provide me this. If I get to in the future, school will do this for me because I passed through school.
Can I tell you this? Nobody is forcing anybody to go to school. Nobody can force you to go to school.
That's not true. I won't agree with you that.
Wait. If someone forces you to go to school now, what will be your reply to that person? That you must go to school, you must do this, you must do that. You know that you have your own talent. Even if they force you to go to school, utilize your own talent and use it together with that school. Don't say that I was just told to I will go and I have talent. It will be wasted. You know, there's something I want to correct you. You said education is you use Nigeria as case study. That Nigeria education is poor.
Yes.
Like, is a lie. You know, you said a child of 13, 14 writes WAEC. Those are the olden days, not now. Will you believe that?
No, because when I finished my secondary school, there was someone who was 14 years old.
When was that?
That was 2023.
2023. That must be before the arrival of Tinubu. So everything has changed. If you are not up to 18 or 19 years now, you cannot leave secondary school. Go and ask, Google it and search for it. You cannot leave secondary school if you are not up to 18 or 19 years. Because what they see is that they we have ministers they have thought, they have given it second thought that how will a child of 16 years or 19 years be a graduate in university? Why? How come? And this brain, they don't have it.
Exactly.
They don't have it. And I say, okay, that is what is going on. And let me tell you this, as from next year now, you said some will give people money to help help them write WAEC. And as from next year now, WAEC will be done on CBT.
Yes.
Base.
Yes, that's true.
So clap for Nigeria for
Yeah.
So,
a big clap for Nigeria for
yeah,
that.
so
That means the president is actually working.
Yes, there won't be any examination malpractice anymore.
Yes.
So you just go there. That's why now, in olden days, there are some people that don't know anything about computer. Now everybody is now learning it. They are now learning it, because if you want to write JAMB, you use computer. If you want to write WAEC now, computer. So that one is also a skill. It's a skill, because you must know about the world, about the technology. If you don't know it, how will you be in this life? Because we are in now in what? Technology's what? World. So you must learn everything about technology. So education is the best. That's why they say education is the best legacy. So education, I said, we have two types. We have formal and informal. Both formal and informal, we're supposed to have it. We're supposed to have both formal education and informal one. Okay. So don't limit yourself on formal or limit yourself on informal. It's wrong.
Exactly.
You learn the two.
That means the education system in Nigeria is improving.
Yeah, improving every day.
Everything in Nigeria is improving.
Yes.
What about other African countries? I think they need to start receiving these things from others, from the European countries, because they are not following these steps. A lot of African countries and are still far behind.
Let me tell you this as well. There is a state in Nigeria, Kwara State. Kwara State now, that governor built garment industry.
Really?
Garment industry, where they will be sewing cloth, everything. And those that are employed there, they are those that have learnt it before and those that have not learnt it. So now, employing the what? Employing the learners, the students. Come and learn this, learn that, so they will be useful in the future.
Do you know that the funniest part is that the people they first employed, do you know that most of them didn't go to school? They only learned the skills.
That is informal education.
We
suppose, and now those that are first employed, many of them are lettered. Many of them are educated. Yes, many of them are educated and they are lettered. Just few of them that are not lettered or educated. So we must try to acquire both formal and informal education, so that we not blame government for our idleness. That is it. So
what we are trying to say is that education is important. As work,
and
so as skills.
So as I said earlier, those African countries, the remaining African countries, should come and emulate Nigeria.
Nigeria is improving that.
Yes.
Wow,
that's education aspect.
No. Nigeria is wow. That's actually a very great one. Yeah. Nigeria deserve a lot for that.
Yes.
They're supposed to have gone far than this actually.
Yeah, sure.
Because we know them as giants of Africa actually.
Yeah,
but now I don't think they are number one anymore.
We are still number one.
For where Nigeria? No. They still South Africa. I think that country they are going far better than Nigeria these days.
That's your thought.
That's my thought.
Your thoughts. they are in government.
Mm-hmm.
We call something political thought.
Mm-hmm.
So we have different, when we are discussing something, we have different opinion. So your thought is that South Africa is far better than Nigeria. That's yours. But for me, and for those people out there that know what is called development, they know that Nigeria is the best.
Yes.
In Africa.
Yes.
Just of Africa.
Yeah, I can actually say that too, because Nigeria is actually really, really improving. Yeah. Fast improvements.
Especially on that education
Aspect. No, but I think they actually need to work on their currency. They need to work on that.
Don't worry.
They need to work on that.
That one is applicable to all the countries in the world.
In the world, but Nigeria is far behind.
Don't worry. Let's leave that one. They are working on it.
They are working on it. Okay, I believe you for that.
Everything will be solved.
Everything will be solved too. Kudos to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he's actually working. Yeah, he's actually working, and we are seeing the results. Actually, we are really, really seeing the results in Nigeria. We are seeing changes, and we hope the changes continue.
Sure.
And the next president, I hope they can keep up with what he's doing right now, because some of our leaders, they are just there to just embezzle the money and go. Most leaders, even past leaders, especially past leaders, they are just there to just embezzle the money, then go, and they will leave nothing behind. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu is actually working. Even the fact that there are some debts that he has to repay with his own hard work, but it's actually going well. Thank you very much. We have said a lot today. I hope you guys enjoyed our show. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamal. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. And our technician, Mr. Abetom, thank you very much. Thank you, our listeners. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.